Hello everyone. Welcome to the Alara Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today, Dr. Lara May is back with us. It's been a year and a half, I guess, something like that. So she's back with us today. And today we're talking about decluttering your energy, self-storage, clearing out the energy stagnicities. I don't think stagnicities is a word, but it is now. It is now. So we're going to talk about, and we're going to learn today, we're going to learn to recognize where you stored your unprocessed emotions and traumas. We're going to learn to clear out these blocks and reframe the patterns, energy, and behaviors. We're going to connect with your higher self and spirit guide team to uncover and clear deep-rooted sabotage patterns to improve your career, relationships, health, and your finances. And so for those of you who don't know Dr. Lara, like I said, she was here with us last year in, I think, April. So she's back with us today. She is an international speaker and teacher, a certified functional medicine specialist, a board certified pharmacotherapy specialist, an integrative nutrition health coach, and master attuned intuitive healer. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about Dr. Lara and all the wonderful stuff she does. But in the meantime, Dr. Lara, thank you so much for being here with us. And I'm excited about this conversation. I'm excited about what we're going to talk about and experience. So thank you again so much for being here. And we will be taking live caller questions, right? Yes. Awesome.
Yes.
So
thank you for having me.
Awesome. And some of you have already raised your hand, so that's great. So you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. And oh, Andrea says I keep freezing. No, don't say that. Now let me know if it's getting better, okay? Or if it's still not working, okay? Just keep me posted. Let me know. Okay. Hopefully it's better now. Right. So okay, again, so Dr. Lara, I know you sent me, like a short introduction bio, which it's like, it's in the other computer. So just briefly, because it's been a while, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you can assist us with, I mean, I love this because like we do hold energies in our cells, in our cellular memory, in our tissues, etc. So can we, and I think I've been holding a lot of stuff in my neck, right? So I've been having like this neck pain since early July, right, in my neck. And so I finally went to the doctor and she said, go get an x-ray. So I finally got an x-ray today and I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, I do hold a lot of stuff in my neck. Mm-hmm. I know that's where I hold my stuff. I get it. So we'll talk about a little bit about that and more. So I'm so glad you're here and welcome. And let's get started first about just talking a little bit about your history and how you work with energy and, all those wonderful emotions that we happen to store in our bodies.
Yes. So like you said, I'm a functional medicine specialist, which means we look for the root of your imbalance and your disease. And for me, specifically in my practice, I incorporate energy healing modalities with that. So it is multimodal and it is multidimensional. And so we look at both the physical and the energetic. And so for me, when I work with a client, or let's say like you were my client, we would do a full health history and then also talk a little bit about where, like you said, where you feel your tension in your body, because a big part of even just tuning back in is coming to that connection with where are we holding stuff. Some of us aren't as aware. I mean, we are aware when it comes in as pain and discomfort, but until then, sometimes we're really not aware. And so I like to do these different somatic exercises with my clients that help them sort of come into a gentle meditative state, and it becomes a little bit like a dialogue. So I ask questions, I ask the client to tune in with their own body and tell me like what they're feeling, what they're sensing. Maybe they see colors or images or, and then that helps us bring light to an awareness to whatever is going on. And then I also work with the angelic realm and the galactic realm. And so then we call in those wonderful guides and masters and healing spirits to help on that multidimensional level.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you. And so again, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about today has to do with unprocessed emotions that we're storing in our body, you know, the stuff that we haven't dealt with, right? So we haven't released, we haven't cleared, we haven't sometimes even acknowledged it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of us aren't really even taught as children or growing up throughout our lives to really deal with what we encounter on a daily basis. For those of you out there that know a little bit about trauma, there's big T's and little t traumas. And so they can all be just as impactful on our lives. It doesn't always have to be a big T trauma to really derail us or change our entire biology, really, because our brain monitors every single thing that's happening in our body at the same time. So really there's the mind body connection is a real thing, and we're learning more and more about it through what we call, science and Western medicine type of things, but energetically, we all know that too, and that we are all energetic beings. And so literally everything that happens to us and our thoughts and emotions and feelings about it, they each have their own energetic vibration. And let's say like something happens to us and it makes us feel unsafe in some way. A lot of times we'll bury that down around the root chakra, because that's our center of safety and that basis of support. And so that's just one example of, at the time when we're going through something that's uncomfortable and maybe even traumatic, we're probably not aware of where we're putting it. But then later, when it's unprocessed and unaddressed, it materializes in our life as some sort of imbalance to maybe a full-blown disease of some sort that can be associated with that energetic space, in our chakratic system, or even maybe just even hanging out in our energy field and our aura.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, for myself, a lot of you all know this already, but well, you may not, but I've had a lot of trauma in my life. And so I know I hold a lot of like the energy in my neck for sure, but I also hold a lot in my sacral chakra, in my root chakra, I think in my hips, like, like I hold a lot of stuff, right? So, so once in a while I will start to get these like really weird aches and pains and like what's going on, because like, okay, I'm good now, it's like nothing's happening now, I'm good now, right? But I realized then that I was like, okay, I'm purging, I'm clearing, stuff is coming up that I've been suppressing all my life, right? Or majority of my life, and now it's coming up to be cleared and healed and released. And so that's when I tend to do more body work, more forgiveness work. It's like it comes in layers, right? All the emotions, energies come up in layers when we're really ready to deal with them. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, this is a good reminder for us all that to allow it to come up. I'm not an astrologer, but I know that we're in Mercury in retrograde right now. And for a lot of people, even just hearing that phrase can be really triggering and bring up fears and all of some of these maybe like more fearful reactions. But really, when, like you said, when things come up, that's the universe saying, okay, our gentle nudge, be open. And for me, and part of the process I'll take us through later is opening up to that channel of light and literally allowing it to flow up and out, or out and through, whatever feels natural to you. But instead of keeping it held in a certain spot, because you've learned that that's your safety spot and your survival mechanism, now we are being called, especially as light workers, and I'm sure your audience is, full of light workers. Aren't we all light workers? And so, really, show up for that calling and our spiritual service work, and really allow it to come out and through and transmute, so that we can sort of, again, have more awareness and understanding. And when we have that awareness and understanding, then we also can show up in our lives as more of our full being light body selves.
And as this stuff is coming up, it's really important to not go into judgment or fear, of it. It's like at the time when, originally stuff happened to me, for example, I say the word happened, but I experienced stuff at that time. I didn't have the tools or the resources or the abilities to deal with it, to process it, right? At that time. Now, I'm much older. I was going to say much younger. I'm much older and wiser, and I have more tools in my tool belt. So now it's like, as it comes up now, it's like, it's okay, because I can handle it. I can deal with it. I can actually release it and let it go with ease. I don't have to judge it and say, oh my God, why am I experiencing this again? It's not about experiencing anything again. It's about, layers of those emotions are coming up now to be processed, because we couldn't process them before. Is that right?
Yes, and also to really taking the time and space to recognize that part of ourselves with love and compassion, and like you said, non-judgment and acceptance, and again, and forgiving those that were maybe involved as well, but allowing this space to both be where we are and see that, purposely bring in that energy of love,
Mhm.
so that, because none of us are broken, and maybe that was an old paradigm that we were told there were things that we have to quote fix about ourselves, but we're all on our own journey, and this is part of our unfolding and ascension and expansion, and so it's no accident that we're all here right now. And so what a great privilege that we have this awareness to be more in love with ourselves and who we really are, and bring that tenderness to these different spots of pain and vulnerability in our lives.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, this is about recognizing how special we are. We are perfect beings. We've just had some difficult experiences, some challenges, right? And so it's important to recognize that our place in everything that we're doing and being and experiencing. So let's talk a little bit about, the energy, the emotions, where we store them, the traumas. Like you said, there's big T's and small T's. I think a lot of mine were big T's. I'll be honest, and they do affect our health and well-being, like we talked about. And at the time, sometimes we're just trying to get through whatever the experience was, right? We're just trying to get through it in the best way we could in that moment. And now, when we have more ease and when we're relaxed and we're have like, yeah, I'm good. All right, bring it up. But the thing is, with the bringing it up, with the releasing and clearing that we're going to be doing even today, it opens us up to receive and be more of who we truly are, because our energy gets compressed, right? And restricted when we're holding on to those energies, of the old energies, right?
Yes, so like we talked a little bit about earlier, even our emotions have their own vibration, and so again, when these things happen to us, and our body our body reacts and our brain reacts, and our brain's primary function is survival. And so when our brain perceives a threat, and this can be an actual real-time threat, or even a story that we're playing over and over in our head, is almost exactly the same. Our brain really can't tell the difference. And so this is why when we're stuck in those patterns, sometimes it can feel like I can't get out of this cycle sometimes. And so it does change us, and we go into that survival only mode. It's fight, flight, or freeze. And so also sometimes too, if we're re-triggered, you will literally like freeze and not know what to do, not know what to think. And that is just your survival mechanism. It's what your body and brain is designed to do as a 3D human. However, thank God we are also energetic beings that have this amazing connection to source and all this power, even if it's untapped and unrecognized. And so again, once you're out of the immediate threat, so to speak, then when you're ready, or when you're called, or when something comes back up, then, especially if you've had the practice of creating the sacred space and awareness, then that gives you the opportunity to step back and start getting curious and asking questions. Okay, where do I feel this in my body right now? What thoughts am I having? What emotions am I having? Are these things that are actually true for me right now? Or are these things that I can say, thank you, I love you for the lesson that you taught me, I'm ready to release you. And then, bring in the love, the light, the emotions that you want to feel. There's many different practices and things that can help you along the way, but that's sort of a short and sweet version of the big picture.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's important to ask those questions, not automatically to go into trying to fix what it is or go into reaction of what you're experiencing.
Right, right. And so again, I just encourage all of my clients and everyone I work with, just allow yourself that space to be curious. I call it the objective detective because again, like you said earlier, the non-judgmental aspect. So when we're objective, we're looking at it, you know, with a total non-judgmental lens, and we really can see it from so many different perspectives in that way.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I always, ask my clients to do, and I do myself, is, energetic clearing of my space, my physical space, my energetic space. And why is that so important?
So, well, a lot of the reasons that we talked about too, past issues, big T's, little T's, but then our daily environment, you know, we are in a world of upheaval and chaos.
Hmm.
Many of us right now, if not all of us across the planet, because of this amazing awakening and upgrading that is happening. And so really to keep our energetic vessel as high vibing and as filled with light as we can. And you know, we're humans, so and we're in a 3D world on earth. So it's going to be a little bit of up and down, and that's okay. But again, to set that intention in the morning, bring in the light, set your intention to, you know, have your angels around you to guide you, to channel through you, whatever your prayer is for each morning. And then as you go throughout your day, ideally we're connected to the light all day long consciously, but we might get thrown out, whether it's in traffic or watching the news, whatever it is. And then, but in the evening, come back and with intention and purpose, release all of those things that you might have taken on. And again, allow yourself that space to tune in. Okay, am I feeling a tightness in my chest? Am I feeling a little tweak in my lower back? Or maybe I'm like hunched over and protecting this core area. You know, what is going on with me right now? And where can I bring in the light to release it and go to bed feeling expanded and reconnected?
Wow, awesome. And so I want to ask everybody right now who's watching or listening now, how many of you are raising your vibration daily? How many of you are clearing your energy field every day? I'm not going to say twice a day, but even once a day. How many
Yeah.
of you are you doing that? So type in the chat, yes, 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 or sometimes. Whatever it is for you. Just let us know if you are actually doing that for yourself, because it's so important. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, we talked about twice a day, morning and night, if possible, and sometime during the middle of the day, right? As
Oh, yeah.
you're going through the day, if you can. I know, I kind of got tossed off my center today during traffic. Somebody was like honking at me. It's like, what can I do? There's another car in front of me. I can't go anywhere.
Right.
But I was fine after that. I was like, okay, relax, lady, who was behind me. It's like, I can't go anywhere. So it happens. Okay. So
Yes.
awesome. Yeah. So people are saying yes, yes, yes. Awesome. That is so great and
But
so wonderful to do that. Continue, please. Um, all right. So I want to talk about, so you talked about, being that pillar of light every day the best we can, right? And
mhm.
so, we try to do that on a regular basis. But like you said, sometimes we, get kind of pushed aside because of everything that's going on. So what else can we do on a regular basis to keep that center, to stay in that center, to stay in that pillar of light?
So for me, a lot of that includes both movement practices and what you're putting into your physical body. So like I talked about earlier, I focus on both the 3D and the 5D, so to speak.
Hmm.
And so, you know, make sure you're starting your day and throughout your day that you're eating nourishing foods that are full of all the nutrients that your physical body needs. And also make sure, and this has sort of been something that I've not reattached, but reacquainted myself with in my own practice, is a regular detox practice to really allow your physical body to release all the things that we're exposed to on a daily basis. And you're doing that energetically with your meditation,
Hmm.
but physically your body does need help releasing and getting rid of all the things.
Yeah.
Even if you are eating clean, there's just so much in our environment that we only have so much control, right?
Yeah.
So we help it, and we do that by saunaing, by exercising, and getting a good sweat on, whether that's sitting in a, you know, a lovely salt bath, going to hot springs if those are near and around you on the planet. Those are fantastic. And then also, you know, I talked about exercise, but then there's also like gentle movement, and this is something also too that I've been bringing more into my life personally, is instead of focusing on the weightlifting and the interval training and all that fantastic, wonderful stuff, I've had to learn to be more gentle with myself. And so I've really started to embrace Kundalini Yoga. And that's something I've included in the package that we'll talk about later as well, because that is so powerful both on the physical and energetic level, that I have found it's the perfect marrying for me and for so many people across the planet. I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah, for sure.
Of using the breath work, because our breath in and of itself is detoxifying, and it is shifting, a transformational shift for our energy. There's just so much to that Kundalini Yoga aspect. So, but then if that's not your thing, if chanting is not your thing, totally fine. You know, just some gentle stretching and nice gentle yin yoga, it can be fabulous too.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
It's really, sorry, I just want to add one more thing. It's really about getting our body out of that fight or flight. Because that's really when we're in this always like on edge and I don't know if there's a better way to say it, just always on edge. That our bodies and our minds are really in fight or flight. So to really have that deep healing and allow the shifts, we have to get out of that fight or flight.
And you talked about fight, flight, and freeze, right? So I know for myself, I tend to do the flight thing. And so people might not understand what flight looks like anymore. I mean, flight is also like, yeah, fine, I'm not running away, from here to another city, but even like when you don't, connect to your family and friends, that's flight, that's withdrawing, that's flight, right? But I actually did. I moved far away from my family, so I actually did that. But fight, flight, and freeze. I also sometimes tend to freeze. It's like, I get into that shock mode and I freeze, right? But how can we actually have less of that fight and flight response to calm our nervous system? Because it's about our nervous system and our brain, right? It's affected by that stress, and right now, like you said, this whole planet, all of humanity has been under so much stress for the past 2 years. It's been crazy. So what can we do other than meditate? Like what else can we do to relieve some of that and bring us back to a more balanced state?
So I think even in the moment, one of the most powerful things that we can do is take a conscious breath deep from our belly and feel our chest expand and then let it out. Because so much of these experience, maybe it's, whether you're in traffic, you're like, oh, this person in front of me, or, someone at work says something to you and you're so appalled and dumbfounded that you don't even know what to say back.
Yeah.
That is also an example of freeze. And so, one of the best things is just like take a big deep breath. And when I do that, I also take that opportunity to just expand and connect up to the light. So I breathe in, I connect up to the light, I exhale. And when I exhale, I bring the light back down. And at first this might take some conscious thoughts, but if you do it so much that it becomes just your natural flow and process. And then once you've had that breath and you've reconnected to the light and your higher self, because that's also part of what this quote unquote light is, your spiritual self, then you can choose to respond in a loving and compassionate way. You can choose to remove yourself in a way that is intentional, but not out of like that fearful flight. Or, so there's a lot of things that once you've taken that breath and recentered yourself, then you're back in alignment and you're conscious and aware, and you can make the choice of how you want to respond instead of just reacting.
Yeah, and that's so key. That's so important to, to respond instead of reacting. And even the response, for me, it's about taking a few deep breaths, being present in the moment, in the now, and in your body, instead of just in your head and reacting. I know for myself, going for the walks with my dog are like I'm just making sure he wasn't here, because he hears that word and he's like, let's go, they are so helpful for me. That calms me a lot, because this past year has been horrendous. And so going for a walk every day with him has been like the biggest blessing. And of course, we live in the country, so that, just seeing nature, hearing the birds, all of that wonderful stuff is like, it makes a huge difference. But for
Yes.
me, that is what has really saved me this past 10 months, is being in nature, walking with my dog, and then of course my community, right? So, otherwise I would have, I don't know. But for me, that has been the biggest saving grace, is being where I am, having my dog, going for a walk every day, twice a day, and forcing myself to walk and calm down, right? And be observant of nature and everything around me.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yeah. Nature is so important, again, because we are earthly beings. And so it's really important for us to be outside and make that connection with the trees, with the birds, with the breeze around us, with, maybe we're at the beach or wherever we live, anywhere on the planet. It is so important. And it keeps us grounded, because, whether we're doing so much spiritual work that we're just up here all the time, and that's good, but sometimes it can throw us out of balance, or we're so stressed out and in our heads all the time that, again, like, you're just still up here in this space. So it's really helpful to bring it back down, because we want to be balanced. That's the idea of being, an earthling and an energetic being all at the same time, as having that beautiful, cake and eat it too.
Absolutely. You have to be. If you want to do and create anything on this planet while you're here, you have to be in your body and here physically on the planet. If you're, you have to be. Otherwise, you won't create. You cannot manifest. Like, your life's not going to move forward if you're not going to, if you're not present. Okay. I mean, that's just, energy 101. Do you want to take some questions, and then we'll continue to have our conversation? You want to take some questions?
Sure. Yes.
All right. Oops. 1 second. 1 second. All right. So if you have a question for Dr. Lara, you can type your question in the chat, or you can raise your hand. All right. So Pat, I see you've had your hand raised. Do you want to, yeah, go ahead, unmute.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Lara. Thank you. I know each day is a new process, and I'm wondering, I felt there were blockages in my root, which would, I'm trying to release them and heal that with my breath work and heart-centeredness. What are you feeling that? Do you feel that could be?
Yes. So I'm hearing and feeling for you that you're doing amazing work, and to keep it up, but don't forget to really bring up that energy from Mother Earth.
Okay.
And remember, and I feel like this is so easy for all of us too, that she's with us every day and every minute. And so
wonderful.
we almost forget to connect in that way. And so I even had a client recently that I suggested, actually feel that lovely red energy down there around your root, and feel it expand like a big disc around you.
Okay.
And it, just feel how good it feels to be supported, and just allow that to come up from Mother Earth and just sort of reside. You can't see my hands, reside there underneath you, and allow it to grow. And usually when I do it, I start to feel warmth, and this natural nourishment that comes in with that love and light and support from Mother Earth. And I think that'll really sort of help connect all the dots and chakras for you, because I can feel that you're doing a lot of heart-centered work, and that's amazing. But don't forget to bring it up from Mother Earth. Yes, allow her to support you, because she's there.
And I tried to send her I have a toning bowl, and I send love to all humanity and the earth and everything every day.
Yes. So I'm hearing to tell you that that's amazing, but don't forget to open up to receive it back.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yes.
you so much.
And
Yes,
so
I need to receive. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Be open to it. It's a give and take, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you took my call. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Pat.
I'm
And,
honored. Thank you.
You know, and that's a great message for everybody. Be willing to receive. You are also important. You're also special, as is all of humanity, but so are you. Okay. So yes, awesome. Thank you. Julie, you want to unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I have a lot of like esophageal pain and kind of off to my right side, and I just can't. No matter what I do, I can't seem to heal that up. And I don't know if there's a block. I mean, it literally feels so heavy on my heart. I don't know if it's like more of an emotional thing. And I was just wondering if you sensed anything there.
Yeah. So as soon as you started talking, I felt this contraction and heaviness in the heart. And what I'm hearing and feeling that your throat is almost like I'm seeing a volcano, like an imagery of a volcano. So it's this pressure that's here and it's bubbling up. And so I'm hearing to encourage you to, whether it's journaling or talking with someone about just being really willing and ready to unburden whatever this is that you're holding here. And, you know, if you need the safe space of a coach or a therapist or whoever that is, but that once you start unburdening this heart space, that this throat will start to calm and cool, and it will quiet and heal on its own.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie. And again, you know, sorry, what's important to remember is, you know, if you can talk to somebody, I know that this pandemic, you know, has created a lot of distance with a lot of people, but if you can talk to somebody, if you can get it off your chest, if you can get help and support, it really, you know, we need it right now, right? So we all need a little bit more support right now.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to quickly go to Angela. So in chat, she says, I've had severe pain in my right hand this past week and pain in my root chakra, plus continuous muscle pains in my legs. Is this coming from my frustration with everything around me? Is it? But I'll let Dr. Lara answer that.
And just tuning in and seeing. I'm hearing a no, but I'm also feeling a yes at the same time. So I'm hearing that your frustration is actually with something more specific that is not from, quote, everything around you. So I'm hearing that you're pulled in so many different directions, and that's why it seems to you that it is your words, there's everything around me, but really it's this to really help you with, I'm hearing like energetic integrity. So really like getting clear on your energetic boundaries and knowing when to say no with love, and knowing also maybe to be a little bit more discerning about what you give your energetic investments to. And don't be afraid to. So this is, I think, a really good message for everyone. And we talked about the twice daily meditations, but at the end of the day, if you are this person, I love meditating before bed. It's one of the things that actually helps me get to sleep, and calling your energy back from all the places that you gave it away intentionally or unintentionally. Maybe you leaked it. Maybe even you came in contact with what we call our energetic vampires, whatever it is. But again, in your quiet, safe space, call that energy back to yourself. Again, if you're feeling it in your body, call it into that specific area and refurbish that area of your body with that light and that energy. And so, you know, because a lot of times when we're feeling pain, it's either we, or sometimes both, a combination of things, but we've taken something on and that's stored it like we talked about earlier, or maybe we've just given and given and given so much that we've completely depleted an area of our body or multiple areas. So yes, so I'm hearing that that's key for you.
Awesome. Thank you. Angela, I know that most of that resonated with you. But let me know, let us know how that resonated with you. I think most of it for sure, but you know, I'm not in your head. Right? And she says, I know a couple of energy vampires living right next to me. What next? Yeah. But it's not just it's not just the energy vampires. You have to get that. Okay. Because the piece that Dr. Lara talked about also was you have to say no. You're still giving away too much of yourself to other people. Okay. I love you. But you know that. You know that for yourself. So yeah, that was spot on, Dr. Lara, I think. Yeah. And so calling back your energy is going to help you too, right? So and we'll do a process about releasing some of that energy that may be stuck in her body, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
so
can
we're
actually do both in the process later. So yeah.
Okay, good. So we're gonna do a process later. So be sure to stay for that the best you can. Okay. And yeah, you need a session. I know. I hear you. Okay, so Destiny, you want to unmute yourself?
Hey,
Hey.
hello, Laura.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Oh my gosh. This is really strange. I'm playing tug of war with something. I was like on my way to the library because I had to do some emails and stuff and check out this book. And then I was also, and then something keeps telling me to go to Myers to go do grocery shopping. But the truth is, this email is really important. So that's the first thing I need to do. But then I kept finding myself going back and forth. So I'm like fighting with something and I don't know what it is. Does that make sense? Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, sorry, I'm thinking. I'm thinking and receiving. So I'm actually hearing that this opportunity for you now is to help you to learn to prioritize, because I'm hearing that it's not a tug of war, that it's that you feel like it's a tug of war because you feel like it has to be one or the other, but it can be. And again, I love all these questions and these messages that are coming through, because we need part of the process of learning to be here and be in balance is that prioritization of what is most important for my body, my energy, and my beingness now. And then what is the next? Because like Alara said earlier, it's layers. And so when you just focus on the thing that's at your front of mind first, and focus on that, and allow that to sort of come to its completion. So if it's like going to the library and doing the email, be present for that. And then once you're done with that, then it can be like, okay, now I get to go to the grocery store and find like wonderful, nourishing, yummy food that my body is going to love and resonate with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. So enjoy going to the library and then enjoy getting some yummy food from the grocery store.
Yeah, prioritize. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
awesome.
Have a good one.
Good. Thank you. All right, Dawn, I think you had your hand raised a while ago.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
So I'm going through this, it feels like it's really crazy energy with my family. My sister was the oldest child and died. And then I have a younger brother and he's dyslexic. And my parents do everything for him. And it's just, he threatened to kill himself for years. He bullied them. I think they were sort of afraid of him. They're like 90 and 87, but they do everything for him. They won't let him take Social Security because that embarrasses him. he won't do anything for himself, and they do everything for them. And they're really reluctant to help me with stuff, even though they have a lot of assets now. They don't think they have a lot of assets. Is there anything I can do to unlock? I'm struggling to get my financial energy going again. It feels like I'm blocked, and it feels like, I'm really angry at them because I feel like they could easily help me, but they want to do everything for him, and he won't do anything for himself. He's done such a great job with the victim role that there's like no other, energy.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm getting a lot as you're talking. So the first thing is there's this level of ancestral lack that your parents have experienced themselves and have brought forward into the family dynamic. And so for you, I would suggest really focusing on getting clear about what an abundant picture for you would look like without them in it, first of all. So that's the first step, is like, okay, so what will it look like and feel like when I am in, financial support or financial abundant, or however you want to phrase it? Like, will I feel grateful? Will I feel fulfilled? Will I feel supported? Get all of those feelings out on paper. I like to do it on paper. And then you can build your own energetic vibration around that. And when you change your energy and your vibration, then it affects the vibration of all of those around you. And usually it's in a good way, but sometimes those that don't rise to meet you will also, vibrate out of your life. And it sounds like that's not exactly what you want right now, but that might be what is for your highest and greatest good. And then I'll just say, in terms of the dynamic with your brother, like it seems like it started out that your parents sort of, because they weren't conscious of what they were doing, but they disempowered him to such a level that now he has, like you said, he has found the power in the victim role. And now that has become such his pattern, he doesn't know another way of being. If he were awakening and being willing to see this other perspective, we're all capable of changing our vibration, of shifting our lives in very dramatic and powerful ways. But again, like, that's his path, you're on your path, and then your parents are on, a whole different path. So it's just a matter of, I feel like, again, I'm hearing energetic sovereignty. So you need to find your energetic sovereignty within your family dynamic if you want to stay in the family dynamic, or if you want to focus on creating this level of abundance all on your own, which you are very powerful and capable of.
Okay. Do my parents hate me, or they just have focused so much on my brother that they don't even see me?
Yeah, so they do not hate you at all. I feel so much love within this dynamic, but it has been so overpowered with this focus on your brother. And it's, we see this a lot in different family dynamics. But you have the quote, the strong sibling, and then the one that does need more support. And sometimes it just gets thrown way out of balance. And that's what's happened here, is your parents have taken so much time and, again, gotten in this pattern of we have to support, this sibling, and he needs us. Don will be fine because he's strong and he's capable. And so they see you in a loving and very strong light. And so they've just sort of, again, like, their focus has been so far skewed, but it's not for lack of love at all.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a
thank
good
you.
one.
And it's a tough situation, but I'm sure, Dawn, that you can, persevere and be successful in whatever you choose to do. I'm sure of that. We're going to take just 2 more quick questions. Agnieszka. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. You want to unmute yourself, and then we're going to go to Amanda. Yeah, here.
Can
Hello.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Hello?
hear you. Yeah,
Hello?
go ahead.
Hi, Alara.
Hi.
Hi. I have a question. I have a problem with my hands, exactly fingers. Sometimes they are stuck in a certain position. I have a problem with bending them or with straightening them. And all my life, for example, could click the fingers like when you are singing or something. There are moments where I can't do it at all, and it started like a year ago. And and one thing more, I have a problem with earning money. It's like I don't believe that I can earn for myself. Can you help me with that, please?
Yes, so I'm hearing that that these are, divinely connected. So, as humans, our hands allow us so much control over our lives. We get to pick things up, we get to turn things and, do things that other animals on the planet can't do. And so because I'm hearing that you said you've struggled and you've had this finger problem for quite a while, and that again, your focus has been so dialed in on the hands aspect that it has now translated into the abundance aspect of your life. And so we really, and I'm also hearing that this is because our hands are connected up here in our shoulders, which is connected into the heart space. So really, I'm feeling that we need to like really open up this heart space energy for you, and like within just the whole spinal column, because this is our literally our structural support is our spine. And once we get that lit up, open, and aligned, that a lot of these things are in your hands will naturally release. I mean, there's lots of, again, 3D physical things that you can do. And I mean, that's a very deep and sort of left brain conversation. Maybe for later, but because I don't know like your medical history and what maybe you've tried, what's worked and what hasn't worked for you already. But energetically speaking, again, like focusing on your spinal column and your heart space. And again, so even if you can't do yoga like on a mat, chair yoga is really powerful and just as impactful as yoga on a mat would be. And so maybe thinking about your spine health and the movements both with that, and then calling on your angels. And I'm hearing those beings, those ascended masters of love and light, and specifically Mother Mary, and that beautiful like healing with love, and really allowing that heart space to open.
Okay, thank you. About the physical aspect, as you said, I did some courses in theta healing. So I checked that it's recommended taking zinc and vitamin B. And when I started taking this, the pain got released in 50%. So I can do with my fingers everything.
Great.
But I know that there is more connection to it.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm specifically hearing vitamin B6 because that's really great for our nervous system, and also magnesium.
Magnesium. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. And stay tuned for the process we're going to do as well. That will also help a lot. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Awesome. So Amanda was asking here, she said there's so much stuckness and health issues that don't seem to clear. And I guess in her body. Any awareness would be great. That's a bit too general, Amanda, but we'll see what Dr. Lara has to say.
Okay, let's see. I'm hearing willingness, that you're doing the work, but there's something about it that you're not truly maybe ready and willing to really let go of and release. And and again, like, this is such a good message for all of us, because we get into these patterns where we've spent so much time in levels of fear and lack and questioning and not being sure of ourselves or our surroundings, that when we're given the opportunity to let it go, that we don't know what's going to be on the other side, and that's scary, and that's normal too. So again, like, this is totally coming from a place of love from your angels and your guides, that they want you to know that you're supported and that they're there for you and that they are going to help you, but that there's still something that you're almost like you're kind of holding on to it as it's funny, I'm seeing like holding on to a rope and sort of swinging like a pendulum. And so keep doing the work, but maybe ask yourself, like, what is it that I'm afraid of that will maybe happen or that won't happen once I truly let go, I surrender, and open up to unlimited possibility.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. And again, stay tuned for the process we're going to do. So I know that we're going to talk a little bit about the light body healing method, and I guess we could do that as we're talking about the special offer. So let's just do that first.
Yeah.
Right. So the special offer is available at alara.at/show/Lara9, LARA9. I'm just going to try and put it in the chat. It didn't work for me the other day, but I will try it. So there's two packages, right? Package A and package B, Dr. Lara?
Yes. So package A is a 45-minute intuitive energy healing session with me. And so that includes a lot of what you've seen today, me tuning in to your guides and angels. It's your choice if you want it to be an open dialogue, or if you just want to show up and receive and, have me bring in your team and it be like a total, like, deep meditative experience. That's also an option. So it's really whatever you want and whatever your intention is. So that's always fun. I love those sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also included in package A guided light body activation. That's where I called in Archangel Metatron to activate your light body. And then there's also a workshop that I taught about the divine blueprint upgrading, which takes you through, again, your entire energy system and how you can, with intention, tune in to see where you are and then bring it up to 100%. And it's a step-by-step workshop that goes through each area of your body. So that's super powerful. And then once you know that method, it becomes really quick, and it can be a really powerful tool to have in your toolbox.
Awesome. So package A with Dr. Lara is $97, and there are 2- and 3-part payment plans available at checkout. And also for the 24-hour special, the 10% discount, use the discount code TACS10. Again, it's only available for 24 hours. And then package B is everything in package A plus a 3-part live Kundalini Yoga and multidimensional energy healing series.
Yes, so this is fun. I've never done this before, but I'm really excited. I'm in the process of putting together all the yoga sessions right now. And I call it EQ'd because it's exploring, excavating, and embodying. And so in the first session, we're going to explore the mind-body connection a little deeper. So there'll be a brief teaching, and then you will get the experience of a short 20 to 30-minute Kundalini Yoga practice that's designed for beginners, but it's still so powerful. And then there'll be a live Q&A and intuitive reading portion. And so each session has that same sort of outline, setup, structure. And so the next one will be about excavating where we bury our emotions and our traumas in our body. And again, with a brief, little bit deeper dive than we did today, and then another yoga session and a live Q&A. And then the third session is embodying your divine wholeness. So really teaching about what divine wholeness really means for you and helping you figure out how to implement that and what that looks like. And then once we've sort of done that and I've taken you through setting intentions and sort of getting a little bit more clarity, then we infuse that with our Kundalini Yoga, and again, another live Q&A.
Awesome. So again, package B is available in 2 and 3 part payment plans for $222, and the 24-hour special is again, of course, available. And if you are part of the inner circle, then you have your 25% discount code as well. You all know that. So let's see here. Where am I? All right. So that again is available. Both packages are available at alara.at/show/Lara9. So thank you so much, Dr. Lara. You answered the question from Angela. Yes, I was going to ask that question. Okay, so I'm not sure how long the process takes, but just there's a few more quick questions in here. Paige is asking, any advice on how to dissolve a keloid on my right earlobe? Would any supplements help?
Oh, keloids are interesting. It's so funny. That's come up a lot lately with a bunch of different people. So and it seems counterintuitive because keloids are actually a overproduction of collagen, but it's really about allowing your body to find that balance of when to have enough and when to stop. And so I actually would suggest supplementing with some oral collagen, because if you provide your body with what it needs, a lot of times it stops that overproduction mechanism that it's stuck in.
Awesome. And then Lori says she witnessed a horrendous act of violence to a dog, and she's been struggling to release the pain from her heart. I've had Reiki. Any suggestions? Well, this is horrible, number one, I gotta say.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm hearing that what will help you is to send love and healing from your heart to that dog, so that that you witnessed it, you took on the pain of the dog, but in order to release it, you need to bring in the love. And this is part of what we'll do through the process too, is really bringing in that love into our heart space. And once we feel so full and even the love is bigger than our physical being, then we send that love to the heart space of the other being, and in this case, the dog. And seeing the dog completely happy, whole, healthy, vibrant, full of light, all of those wonderful things.
Awesome, thank you. And the process today can help with that as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So are we ready to do the process?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. All right, let's do it. We could all use a little uplift, a little releasing, calling back our energy. Always call back your energy. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So wherever you are, come to a comfortable place, come to a comfortable seat. If you would like to, feel free to lay down. If you are driving, please keep your eyes open and present where you are. Otherwise, just take some deep breaths in through your nose, feel your belly expand, and let it all out. Just allow it to release. Again, feel your breath come in through your nose, come into your lungs, and feel your belly and your diaphragm expand. And release. Let all the tension around you go. Let's come into the awareness of Mother Earth underneath us, underneath our seat, and allow that energy underneath our seat to just open up and expand to the core of Mother Earth. So feel, sense, and know the big, bright, red, beautiful energy of our root chakra. Feel it light up your legs. Feel it expand 10, 20 feet around you. And allow it to just seep into the ground below you and see it just seep into the crystalline core of Mother Earth and see that fiery center. And when they meet, see, sense, feel, and know that big, bright expansion and that recognition, that soul recognition, that immediate love, that immediate support, that immediate feeling of, I got you. It feels like being cradled in Mother Earth's arms. And just continue to breathe deep and easy. And when you're ready, allow that light to come back up through the core of Mother Earth, through your Earth Star chakra, igniting and lighting it up, expanding it, feeling it spin, reignite. Feel that energy start to move. Feel that energy come up through your feet. Feel your feet chakras open up big and wide. Again, 10, 20, 30 feet around you. So you are so sturdy. You're so supported. You're grounded. You are sure. You are connected to your earthly, angelic, and light body tribe. And continue to feel that light come up into your sacrum. And just allow that energy to percolate there, to grow with light, grow with orange, and ooh, I'm seeing a little bit of gold, like the color of a sunset sun, that beautiful deep orange of a sunset. And again, just with every breath, feel the light come in and then just feel it expand. And maybe you're feeling some resistance or contractions there. Just tune in and ask, what would it take for this to totally release and dissolve right now? What would it take for this light to be so powerful and so transformative that it immediately dissolves and releases everything that no longer serves me immediately, right now, totally, across all time dimensions, space, and reality? I want you now to really focus on this orange light in your lower back. So I'm feeling really good about the group and the sacral energy around the front of our bodies, but really focus in on the back parts and really bring in that light and expansion 360 degrees around you. Feel that light. Imagine and see all the things that you can see behind you now that it's lit up. It's clear. See all of that stuff that you've stored back there behind you that you didn't want to look at. Just see it fly away like beautiful orange monarch butterflies. It just dissolves and transmutes so easily and effortlessly. Your angels and guides are all around you. They are helping you. They are allowing this to be easy and effortlessly and fun. Feels good. Okay, now that we're ready with that, we can bring the light up into our third chakras, our solar plexus, the big yellow sun of our beings. So again, feel it come in. Maybe it's a little contracted right now, but the more you breathe, the more it comes up from Mother Earth. And it's just contagious. This light is contagious. It wants to grow. Just allow it to grow. Breathe in the lights, and exhale, let go of all the things that you've stored here, or of all the ways that you question yourself. Just release those. Let your angels carry them away. Feel the beautiful cleansing energy of our sacred sun, of our powerful sun that is also connected with this powerful planet. Feel it come in around you 360 degrees. And again, focus on that back area behind you. Shine the light there. And when you do, just see how easily things disappear and transmute. And now I'm seeing fireflies just flickering on and off. And with each flicker on and off, the stagnicities, the darkness, anywhere, anything that you didn't want to look at, it dissolves. It's going up to central source sun. And we're going to keep moving up. We're going to have the opportunity to come back if you still feel there's more reinforcement that you need here. But I want to move us up into the heart space. So we're moving from 3D up into 4D. So our heart space is our fourth chakra. It is our center. It is the merging of the third dimensional realm with the fifth dimensional realm. And again, just allow this light to come in, fill the space. With each breath, bring in more light, more love, more support. And then just allow everything that is not of this awakened and higher vibration to just be completely transmuted and transformed so easily and effortlessly. It's like you're tuning your radio dial and just allowing that static to dissolve until it is perfectly clear. It's perfectly clear, and I'm seeing a swirl of pink and green in this area, and it is swirling in your physical body, and it is getting so big that it is filling up your aura, filling up your entire energetic space with love, with unconditional self-love, with love for all of those challenges that you have come in contact with, because they brought you here today, and we are grateful to be here right now, having this experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, higher self. All of the light beings, all of the archangels, all of the ascended masters. Thank you. And again, don't forget that back body. Bring in that light, that bright pink and green to the back of between your shoulder blades, and just feel it expand. And I'm seeing it move in a spiral behind all of us, so that it's just clearing it out like a beautiful tornado. It's literally like sucking it out and just blowing it out behind us to be transmuted by our angels and guides that are all around us. And now let's bring it up into our throats, that area of free speech, that area of our expression, that area of our choice. So much of our personal choice comes through this area of our body and our throat, because it's how we express ourselves. So just see that, feel it soothing. If there's any heartburn, if there's any scratchiness, if there's any hoarseness, if there's any, sometimes, the phlegm from our upper chakras can get stuck here too. So just bring in the lights. And again, I'm seeing it like a filament of a light bulb. It's just getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and expanding and expanding and expanding. And I'm seeing this beautiful, it's like this Caribbean blue, the azure blue. It is so beautiful and vibrant and so unique. And it just feels so good. And it has a cooling aspect, a soothing aspect. And again, just feel it grow and expand until it is 10 feet around you. It is so big that nothing but this beautiful, cooling, blue energy and light can exist here. Archangel Michael has come in with this beingness and this vibration of this blue. And he is saying, just surrender it all. He will take it all. Just let him have it. He is so powerful and so support us. And again, he's standing behind us because he wants to remind us to 160 degrees, but especially behind us. And maybe you see him using his sword to cut the cords of what no longer serves. Cut the cords to the attachments of all the energy and all the experiences that we hold in this area of both our body and our energy field. And when you see and feel that cord being cut, or maybe a lot of cords being cut all at once, now just see it being sealed in with golden light, being totally soothed and filled in with the golden light so that they completely dissolve. There are no more cords. It is just you, your sovereign beingness, and your beautiful blessing ball of light and energy bubble. And now we move up to the third eye, our site of sacred sight, our area of sacred sight, of where we download the guidance that comes in from above. And we are able to see it in a multidimensional way. And we receive those inspirations of the abundance in our life and all the ways that we will download the creativity from the higher dimensions. So just allow the light here to fill in, to get big. Beautiful purple, that violet, that beautiful violet of the third eye, that's that blue. It's like the mixture of the deep blue and the purple. Feel it swirling around. Maybe you even feel it hone in right there on your pineal glands. And when you feel that connection, it just blasts open with so much awareness and so much clarity that you instantly are able to say, I am a powerful, energetic being in this beautiful physical vessel on this big, beautiful blue planet. I am both energetic and physical. And now we allow this energy to keep coming up through our crowns. We open to higher divine guidance. We feel, sense, and know our energy to go up, up, up. Feel that connection with the beautiful central sun. And again, when you instantly feel that connection, it just opens up a beautiful waterfall of diamond, platinum lights back down through all of our energetic centers, all of our energetic being and our physicalness, through all of the layers, are now getting a beautiful diamond white light upgrade. And we call in Archangel Metatron and we ask him to bring through a platinum net of clearing through each of us, through the entire planet. Clear and upgrade, awaken and activate. And just allow you to tune in, feel the shifts, feel the tingles, Feel and become aware of the new light, the new vibrations, the new knowingness. We ask to be aligned with pure source energy on all levels, across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And now we bring our attention back to our heart space from this expanded point with the beautiful rainbow light that we've awakened and activated. And just again with your breath, allow this energy to come to your heart space, to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Grow with power, grow with warmth, grow with intention of love, of wholeness, of divine well-being. And when you're ready, with your next inhale, send this love and light and wholeness out to whoever you feel needs it most. It could be an individual, it can be an animal, it can be a country, it can be the whole planet. And we ask that this divine love be received in perfect divine timing for the highest and greatest good of all, in exactly the ways that will serve most. For the awakening of each of us, for the awakening and the upgrading of the planet, we ask for this to again occur in the most gentle but most impactful way possible. And finally, as our last little exercise in this meditation, I want you to tune in and gather up all of the things that you wish to release and see them come before you in a nice little box, and just allow all the things that you want to release to go into the box. And just keep filling it up, whether it's physical ailments or maybe it can be anxiety or past experiences. Maybe it's relationship dynamics. Just put them all in this beautiful golden box of love. And when you're ready, I want you to hand this box over to Archangel Michael and your entire team of guides and angels that are around you now. See them take all of this for you, transmute it, turn it into divine love and light. Maybe you see dragonflies or butterflies or fairies or sparkles of diamond light. Whatever it is that you see as this energy is transmuted, know that it is perfect divine timing and message for you. And once you feel complete in this transformation and transmutation, now it is time to call back all your energy. Call it all back. Call the energy back from your higher self. Call it back from the infinite point of possibilities. Call it back from your angels, your guides. Ask them to help you fill in all of the places in your physical body. Fill it in, fill it up. See all the beautiful colors of the rainbow light up. And we'll just take another couple of breaths here to ground into this energy of complete wholeness, of total awareness. And alignment. Again, I thank all of you for showing up today. I thank your higher selves, your guides, your angels, the Ascended Master team, all of the beautiful beings that showed up today to help us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we ask that this healing and this activation be carried forward in our lives, again, for our highest and greatest good, better than we could ever imagine, and help us to remember this feeling in this space and know that we can come back to it at any time and that it is always here for us. Thank you and namaste.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was so, I'm like freezing now because there's a lot of energy moving. My goodness.
Oh, my hands are cold too.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of energy shifting and moving. So allow yourselves time and space for the shift to take place, right? So allow yourself to allow the releasing and clearing to happen. And at the same time, make sure you're grounded and present, drink some water, etc. Yeah, that was beautiful, right? Yeah, let me know how you're feeling now. So I know Dawn just said that that code does not work. What? Why not? Why is it not working? It should be working. Yeah, so it should work. And it's like I'm looking at it, it's like I don't know, it should work. So frustrating sometimes when things don't work the way you want them to. So I'm just gonna quickly check. Apply. Yeah, it works. So TACS capital 10, and it's only going to work for Dr. Lara's offers. Okay, because it should work, right? So I just checked it. It does work. So please try it again. Okay. Dawn says, I love this meditation. Good. I'm so glad. And, this is something you might want to do again, over the next couple of days, or, do it again. So you'll be able to go back and watch the video on YouTube or listen to the podcast again. Either way, but please do it again for sure. It'll be really helpful. Dr. Lara, is there anything else you wanted to add about that or about what we talked about today?
I don't think so. I feel really good about everything that came up. And I would just want to say thank you all for showing up and all of your questions. They were beautiful and they brought forth so many good messages that we can all benefit from. So I really want to express my gratitude to your audience.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they were great questions, and all of your insights, Dr. Lara, they really hit home. And yes, that information is relevant to everybody, right? So please do go back and watch or listen to this again. And yeah, and thank you. I think like everything it was so relevant and so important. And again, it's always about, let go whatever is willing to let go right now. We can't let it all go at once. Okay, remember that. It's about being gentle with yourself and having compassion for yourself, and just allow whatever is willing to go, let it go. But look at it. It's like, is it even yours? Is it even relevant now? It may not be. And ask your body, body, how can I support you to let this go with more ease as well, right? Thank you for holding it on for me all this time. But now how can we let it go, right?
Exactly.
I'm ready now to let it go, right? So a lot of times, like some of the stuff that I had in my past, I was honest, like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it, so it's like, nope, for years. Now it's like, yeah, all right. Let's look at it now. Let's let it go now. Okay. Thank you, body. Again, so the more that you can say thank you to your body, the more your body will be able to help you and assist you in letting go and releasing what it's been holding on for you. So it's holding wisdom for you that, you know, you were not wanting to receive before because all you could see at that time was the trauma, right? But
Right.
there was some wisdom there. So the body was holding on to that wisdom for you. I think it's brilliant.
Yes. And I just heard one more thing too, that it's your angels and guides want you to have this awareness, and they're going to be there with you, bringing through the awareness. So that's part of the process too, and we sort of talked about this a little bit when we talked about like finding help and having someone to talk to, but you're never alone, both energetically and in the physical space. There is always help for you. And it does take an element of courage and bravery to address some of these things that we've encountered and we've experienced. But just know that when you do, and the awareness that comes through, those are golden nuggets of, wow, and myself as well, I've actually lost physical weight by doing some of this work because we've held it so long. And then a lot of times we put weight around it and we don't even realize it. So think of it as spiritual weight loss too.
Oh, I could definitely use some of that. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that awareness. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. So remember that too. Like sometimes that stuff that we're holding on to, once we are willing to let it go, you know, the weight is going to shed off of our bodies as well. Okay. So yay, bonus. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Lara. This has been awesome. And for those of you, just a quick reminder, tomorrow we're doing the Stellar Magnetic Money Mastery Call. So if you haven't signed up yet, please do so. It's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you can't join live, it's okay. You know, there's always recordings. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. And until next time, please do take a look at Dr. Lara's special offers. Again, the codes are working. The TACS10 are working if you would like the 10% discount for the next 24 hours. After that, it won't work. Okay. But right now they are. I just tested it. So it should work. If it doesn't, email me, but it should work. Okay, so thank you so much. And thank you again, Dr. Lara. This has been wonderful. I'm so glad that we've had you back on the show. We'll have to have you come back on again for sure. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you so much.
I'm so glad all the technical difficulties got squared away.
I know it.
Yay. Yay. Yeah, awesome. All right, everyone. So thank you. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.